Ready? Play.
Monfils Marathon.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of it, but I think that from that point on, it was just a completely different match, and very one-sided. Marjan, he's filled with surprises. I think he's always a tough opponent, especially at Masters events. He just tends to show up at these bigger events, so it was definitely no easy out. But just felt like from that long rally on, there was really nothing doing. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see Monfils playing this well at this age. I don't know. I'm with Damien in terms of the clay. He's not going to get as much out of his big powerful shots, but man, I mean, he just brings a different kind of aura to every match he plays in terms of getting the crowd behind, being a showman still, and it feels like he's just enjoying himself out there. So it is always a pleasure to watch. Going forward, he's got a tough matchup ahead with Rublev. So I know they were both at the UTS event. I don't know if they played against each other or whatever, but um, you know, that'll I think that might be a little bit more of a different story.
Yeah. Rublev Monfils obviously has Rublev next. Rublev obviously the champion here in 23. Likes these conditions a lot. I mean, it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. But I don't know. I think this is a bit of too much of a push for Monfils, Damien.
Are they playing tomorrow, or is it a day off for? I mean, I just have zero trust in Rublev right now. It's tough to have any after Indian Wells in Miami, and just think he's vulnerable, and that's it. I'm not saying he's going to lose here because, well, as I said, Monfils on clay this year by this stage of his career. I'm also pretty lukewarm, but yeah, that's basically where we are, right? Again, with Rublev, we are on a streak of a few losses. Last year in Monte Carlo, he also lost to Popyrin in the second round. Just doesn't seem like he's that much of a threat at the moment. So I guess for the time being, when I see him in the draw, I'm just not really thinking, oh yeah, Andrey Rublev could go far here. So I'm just assuming he's going to lose in one of the first few rounds. Whether it's going to be here, no clue. Also pretty fun. Well, I just came up with this stat, but Andrey Rublev is basically the only player ever to call out Gael Monfils on his, overacting, let's say, on the tennis court in that Cincinnati clash. So maybe something like that again. Although they actually, just settled that argument very quickly. So
you are. Everyone in the chat is right. They are playing on Wednesday.
but yeah, that's even better for Gael, I guess. Then.
I mean, as I was saying, I think I agree with Damien in terms of Rublev. Like, you kind of just don't know when he'll show up. But what I think is exciting is I think it's going to be his first match with new coach Marat Safin. So that'll be a little bit more exciting to watch in terms of him being such a, I guess, big figure in terms of Rublev's mental health as a whole. So I think it'll be fun to kind of see that connection come out on court. But yeah, you just talk about two of the more friendly guys on tour, but from a clay perspective, and Rublev having won this event in 2023, you just fancy him a little bit more here.
Yeah, I fancy Rublev too. Obviously, they could probably have a who can hit the ball harder sort of contest. But in that sort of matchup, I do favour Rublev. But I think as they're probably just a bit fresher, obviously it's kind of a new, fresh start for Andrey. But Monfils could make it very, very difficult. And you kind of don't know, as Damien said, you don't really know what you're going to get from Rublev at this current moment. Obviously has a lot of points to defend in a couple of weeks' time in Madrid. But here, I mean, it's tough. But I'm still going to lean Rublev into, I think, 2 tight sets.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.